As I've mentioned before, I regularly interview engineering managers to learn about their best practices. In this episode, I spoke with one of our customers, a development team lead, who shared a particularly interesting routine he uses to tackle tech debt and actually also some other challenges within his team. This is how he describes his initial challenge.
At the very beginning, when I first joined the team, the application itself was very unstable. There was a lot of exceptions being thrown. Error handling was not necessarily one of the priorities. Over time, that sort of getting the feature done and not really taking that extra time to make sure that there's some quality handling of potential errors or potential exceptions around that code will eventually accumulate and will start to become a burden. And that starts turning into some real important technical debt.
The topic of technical debt actually came up while I was asking about his routines for continuous team improvement. In addition to retrospectives and daily stand-ups, he has a third weekly routine, one that directly targets both team development and technical debt.
We also do weekly team training, I should say. So we try to regularly go and take some time out of the week to be able to upskill and make sure that we're always learning better ways to do our work.
So how does it specifically look? Does everyone, is it a sync session and everyone is doing something on their own, or do you do something together?
No, most of the time I'll be leading the training. So I'll take, because I'm obviously being lead of the team, I've also amassed many years of experience, and I try to bring some of that experience and knowledge to make sure that even the most junior developers that we have in the team are able to level up their skills. Because I find it's something that is quite lacking in most software development companies, is that even if you have a core team of developers that know well the product, there's always more knowledge to be gained. And we kind of want to use the no man left behind kind of approach. And it doesn't matter what people's different skills are, we want to make sure that everybody has interchangeable skills. So we try to rotate team members on different tasks to make sure that nobody becomes the only person who knows how to work on a certain area of the application. We also try to make sure that different people that have different ideas are able to contribute, and we try to take what's best out of everybody's ideas. And even though I've been doing this for many years, I still learn from our junior developers because they have different experiences and they work on different parts of the application and they have exposure to different things. Today, software development is such a wide field that there's just way too much knowledge for a single person to be able to acquire it all.
What would be a typical thing that you are doing a training on, specific skills that you will talk about?
One of the things that we focused on at the very beginning is that these exceptions, these errors that are being thrown in the application, although they can be fixed by patching it later, if you have to change your design philosophy to write code defensively. It's sort of like when you're driving a car. On the road, you might be the best driver there is, but you can't protect against other drivers on the road. You don't know how other people will behave. Sometimes people will behave unexpectedly. People might not respect the rules of the road. So when you're writing code, you have to kind of take the same approach. When you take the time to say like, hey, maybe my database might not be available, or maybe the user might put something unexpected, or maybe there's going to be white space in a field, or maybe this data might be incorrect, or maybe I might try to upload something, it might fail. When you kind of don't trust your system and you write code in this kind of defensive manner, those exceptions slowly start to fade away.
Alright, so to summarize, our team lead, Jean-Sébastien, runs weekly team training sessions that he facilitates himself. And through these, he helps his team level up by addressing challenges. And one of the biggest wins he shared was reducing technical debt significantly by introducing a defensive coding mindset. I especially like the car metaphor that he used to explain it. But let's say you're already running these kind of weekly training sessions and your team's coding performance still isn't improving. There's a surprisingly simple factor that can boost software teams' performance by like 10 to 20%. And as a manager, it's a mental model that you really have to understand. I break it down in my free people management training, which is linked right here on YouTube. Feel free to check it out. See you there.